Hello, greetings. This is Gilles Mention. I thought I'd come and say hello. Wish you a good week. For this, we're starting this week. That's going to be very essential. We are moving through this 3 months portal of great shift and great transformation. I wanted to discuss the idea that most of the information we have as a society comes from secondary source, comes from books, it comes from education, it comes from other people, which is fine because when something resonates with us, we make it our own when we integrate the knowledge. But eventually we're going to be learning more and more to rely on primary source, which comes directly from our soul, from our intuition, from our dream, from our vision, from our meditation, and we'll be able to connect and align with this true knowledge that is more aligned even to what is true and proper to us, personal to us. Yet there is only one truth, and we all connected to that one truth. For the soul connection is the law of one. I'm going to continue to communicate on this law of one, the law of unconditional love and inclusion and forgiveness, so that we can move forward. I want to say most of the atheist science, the beliefs of atheist science or religious dogmas are systems of control that have been applied in order to keep humanity in fear and darkness. So we have to let go of all that for humanity to turn into humanitarianism, to become true humanitarianism is not disconnected from Judeo-Christian value or Islam value. It is the love that is there is all the wisdom that comes from that, minus the dogmas. For the dogmas is really something that keep us in fear. And there is this, and it's part of there is this for those who may believe in that, is like there is like in Matrix, there is this artificial intelligence, extraterrestrial artificial intelligence that is a program that conditions the whole of humanity to stay in fear, to stay in despair, to stay in sorrow, and yet those artificial intelligence that has been programmed for thousands of years are being dismantled by the Andromedans and the Arcturians and the Pleiadians and the Sirians, and all the company of heaven are slowly disconnecting all that. Because there's going to be and all these truths are going to have to come to the picture. There is so much truth that will be coming to the picture in 2020 and the coming decade. But this truth is so dark. There is so much corruption, so much darkness that needs to be brought to the forefront of consciousness of humanity, to be discharged and eliminated, that the company of heaven is looking for a way to do it, not to create mass hysteria, to create mass panic, because some people are not really ready for that much truth. So it's got to come step by step, and not to cause mass hysteria. And so because there is all this was created by the influence of dark extraterrestrial reptilians have created this hybridization, but they have disconnected from soul and they are disconnected from emotion, and yet they have no control whatsoever. They control the media, but those have no control over the awakening of population, and they cannot control it anymore. People are awakening around the world. And this is what is happening is that we become more empaths. We're becoming to feel and sense things, to have compassion, loving kindness, and this is more powerful. And it's this disconnecting, this loving kindness, this inner power that all of humanity is awakening to. Everybody, and even in the salvation process, when the great event will happen, even the dark souls will be liberated as well. For they're holding on to the power, and they feel like this is the only way they know how to exist, and they will be removed from that control and that power, but they will also be liberated at the end of the program. And so for what is the nature of the resistance, it's unconscious fear and self-judgment. So it is important to understand in order to release that. For a lot of humans are living like animals. We all have, as human beings, we have this human body that has an animal origin, but we are only one species. and there are millions of other species that are living on the planet, and humans is on the top of the evolutionary chain, and so we have so much responsibility, but we need to elevate ourselves above the survival of the fittest kind of thing, because otherwise it's like those are animal programmation. We have to develop this loving kindness and this inclusion and this understanding that we are all one. When somebody is suffering, it is a part of us as well. So we have to alleviate that and utilize our higher function to eliminate those animalistic impulses that we have. Understanding the planet will not be submerged by water because the water is rising and all the coasts will be inundated, but there may be some coast that may be suffering from. For the planet is a real living being, and throughout all history, for 1 billion years, this planet has been growing and changing and evolving. It always has been, the change has always have been. So we have to utilize our intuition, our scientific knowledge to protect our population. If you live in a place that if we live in a place that's below the water and the water is rising, we have to either find a technology that will prevent the water, or we have to move out to a higher ground. It's common sense, but we're gonna have to all those catastrophic scenarios about the end of the world are just propaganda to project fear into the future, to keep humanity conditioned into this fear programmation. So the planet will be fine and humanity will be fine. And so and Paul, if you can, I'm just here to express some thoughts and ideas, and hope they resonate with you. I'm going to pull the same thing with the chakras. The chakra systems are part of our light body, and we're going to be able to sense and feel that a lot more and more. But they are not recognized by Western science. For Eastern science, maybe more recognized them. The light bodies maybe no more recognized because the science of acupuncture is already working with the internal energies of the human body. At the root, we have determination. Those are energy centers that condition our whole experiences, and we have them, and they're going to become more visible, as well as the soul chakra, the soul star chakra, and the earth star chakra are going to become more activated, and we're going to be able to be more conscious of our energy field. On the earth plane, the navel chakra, the sacral chakra, we have success. In our power center, we have doubts, so we want to eliminate the doubts in order to clear up that, in order to move forwards. Once we eliminate that, we understand it is just a learning process. Our power center is growing. We have to integrate this power with love and wisdom. What we have in our heart is authenticity. The heart is authentic. We want to clear up the heart. Love is the only thing that should exist within our heart. Love and fears are not really emotions. They are underlying energies that are sponsoring thoughts, words, and actions. We come from fear. We come from love, and even love is the sponsor. Even beneath that of all things, it is not easy to accept and understand. Spirit revealed to me that all is love. All comes from the love of God. So it was a philosopher named Plotin, who was the 4th century AD philosopher from the Roman culture, who saw that God was all thing and love, but he couldn't understand the nature of darkness. Why, if God is love and all things, but darkness is just a mean by which is used for expanding consciousness and growing. So understand all come from love. What we communicate as for fifth chakra is a renewal. It's a new beginning. It's something that is being regenerated. What we see in our third eye, what will unfold before us in the seat of our consciousness, is reparation. It's about fixing. It's about repairing all those things that are still in the form of lack, returning to the form of abundance, reconnection. And to be able to destroy the force of the past in order to reinstall ourselves in lucidity and serenity. And what crowns us is intuition. We're going to have more intuition that will be coming to us. In our earth chakra, earth star chakra, is communication. Communication is going to come to us and through us. So it's important to be clear in our communication, to be gentle, and to find a way to bring the information we need into the world. And what comes from the soul star chakra is temperance. It's about balance, about equilibrium. It's about purification. It's about becoming master of our mind. For that's really what we seek, is to become master of our mind, to find the freedom to express and experience life so that we're not bothered by the lower frequencies of energies. I was saying that for me it's okay to drink alcohol and it's not okay to drink coffee. I'm still having difficulty to let go of coffee. But if Spirit says it's okay for me to drink some wine, it's because I'm not drinking every day. If I was drinking every day, my body and my spirit would say stop that. Alcohol is. They don't want to promote the idea that alcohol is okay for spiritual ascension. It's not nothing wrong with any of that, but it kind of reinforces the ego. It closes the mind when we take too much alcohol, and a lot of people are handling that fine, and other people are like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and it's like there is like the dark parts take over. So I didn't want to say that alcohol is a good means by which to advance spiritually. It's just made a comment. I didn't want to be misunderstood. It is important to understand that we can feel other people's experience as our own through unity, not to feel like, well, those people have that and I don't have it. Feel the joy of that experience that they have, and then when you feel that through whatever anybody else has and you want to have, and then by feeling that you align yourself so you can receive it yourself rather than feeling separated and envious of anybody else. We want to accept the future as now. It is not easy to do that, but to understand from a paradise standpoint, cause and effect are one. A million years is one. There is no time and space. It's all part of the oneness of all that is. So it's about whatever we see as positive in the future to recognize and accept it that it's already now, and remove the resistance to receive it. And so, in a sense, we want to forgive, forget, and move forward. And it was a message that was channeled that mentioned that it's very essential to forgive, to forget, and to move forward, to let go of all the old programming. For the 3 dates that will be very essential. We just passed this 11-11. This is the 12-12, the 21-12, or the 12-21, and then the 11th of January, those 3 portals will be new downloads, but by the 12-21, the solstice there's going to be some very, very powerful activation that will launch us into this new energy, and so it is important to rely on your inner source as much as possible, to let go of all those beliefs of limitation, in order to open yourself to the love of your heart, your own soul. It's not my truth, it's not my wisdom that you seek to integrate. Is your own truth, your own essence, your own soul. For we all have that connection. We just need to cultivate it and to release the resistance in relationship to that. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. The paintings behind me, this is a piece on paper. I did about 200 of those since the beginning of the year, and I also have hundreds of other works on paper. And they're going to be refined, some of them. This is like a portrait of a woman with Mars and Venus on each side. And although this one is fine, I'm going to have to review them before they're completely cataloged and framed. And this is a painting on cosmology. It's the 7th super universe of Orvonton. It's a painting that took me many years. I really like it as it is. It's got many great depths. It's very organic, and those paintings are they're very, very personal. There is celestial maps, so to speak. And I thought that when I'm going to organize them, I thought like most artists, to organize my art, and whether it's catalog or exhibitions, by a chronology, to show the first painting first and the last painting last, and to show the progress. But in order to be more comprehensible, I'm going to organize it chronologically, but I'm going to regroup it probably by theme. So all the celestial painting will be shown together, the cosmic painting will be shown together, the astrological paintings will be shown together, the interiors will be shown together. So to organize it by theme and to see the progression theme by theme, because those are themes I've been developing since the 90s, and I've developed all kinds of ideas and thoughts around those themes. So those are very complex, they're very subtle. And this I show this. It's a painting. It's very avant-gardist. It's Shashumna, which is the great river of life. It said, and it's about this dynamism, about how we have to let go in order to move forward. Those may not be the easier painting to sell because they're very forward. They're very futurist in some sense. Where they have this very the aesthetic is very rough, but there is different people have different tastes, and so I'm trying to expand my range of creative expression always. And I'm going to sing this song, and we pull 4 cards from the Archangels. It's a song that can I sing it to finish with a song, and it's called "So Happy Together." Just like this. Imagine me and you, I do. I think about you day and night. It's only right to think about the girl you love and hold her tight. So happy together. If I should call you up, invest a dime, and you say you belong to me, and ease my mind, imagine how the world could be. So very fine, so happy together. I can see me loving nobody but you for all my life. When you're with me, baby, the sky will be blue for all my life. Me and you and me, no matter how they toss the dice, it has to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me. So happy together. I can see me loving nobody but you for all my life. When you're with me, baby, the sky will be blue for all my life. Me and you and me, no matter how they toss the dice, it has to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me. So happy together, so happy together. So how is the weather? So happy together, we're happy together. That's a song. I think it was. Thank you very much for listening till the end. It's a song. I think it was a band named the Turtle originally at an old time. At the time you just needed a dime to make a phone call. It was before the time of the cell phones. And I remember this song from an album of Frank Zappa. It was called Fillmore East. It was from a concert in Fillmore East, I think, in the state of New York. And so I'm going to pull a few cards to finish. To wish you a good week. I hope this week will bring some really good news and a lot of joy. And we're preparing for this new year that will bring hopefully great freedom and a new cycle. So the highest wisdom is the Lady of Ariel, mature, practical-minded, generous, and happy. Take care of you and those you love. The capacity to make everything more beautiful. Practical and wise advices. Follow whatever wisdom comes to you from life. Life is always guiding us. What we need to understand is a new angle, the Archangel Samuel, a better way of doing things, the time of reflection, dare to be different. So Mercury is retrograde, so it's time to reflect, to reassess, to revise, to repair, to reconnect, so it's about understanding what is the best way of doing things. What we need to do actually is the 4 of Gabriel, which is a wonderful card. It says, after the effort, the recomfort. You are harvesting the fruits of your work. Get rid of the situations that are oppressing you. So it's about letting go of anything that is still standing in the way of our happiness. And the outcome is the Lady of Raphael, gentle, understanding, generous, and intellectual. Do what your heart dictates. Love of the home and family. Information, trustworthy information that are given through the intellect. So it's about receiving and then trusting your highest vision. Your primary source is your heart. Well, thank you very much. I wish you a wonderful day, a wonderful week, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.